In this video, I'm going to run you through the steps you need to take to enable elastic SIP trunking. This is going to give us permission through the AI platform to do inbound and outbound calls on your behalf. So before we can even start this process, you need to come and set up a Twilio account. Once you've done that, set up your account, just make a new account, name it your agency or whatever you want it to be inside of Twilio. And then from that point on, it's going to give you the account SID, which is this. So we need to go to GoHighLevel in the agency side of the platform and start a chat. When you're talking to the chat and it asks what you need help with at the agency level, you need to select phone and email. And from that point, it's going to ask you to just provide like a bit of information on what you actually need help with. All you need to do is type in the chat, hey, I want to switch my account from LeadConnector's phone system over to Twilio. You can either do per location or you can just do the whole agency. I'd recommend just doing the whole agency. It makes it a lot easier. And then when you're actually in sub accounts, you can just create phone numbers and it automatically creates them in Twilio and links it together. So it's pretty sweet. From that point, you're going to have to provide them your account SID from the Twilio console, which is this number here. After it's done, just refresh this page and it should now show connected to Twilio account. And from here, we can actually go and start the setup process through Twilio and enabling SIP trunking. I will give you a disclaimer. GoHighLevel's support staff say that when you switch over, you lose your number. Sometimes this is the case, but sometimes it actually imports that number you previously had on LeadConnector over to Twilio and actually lets you add it back into the sub account. I've seen this happen a fair few times, but take it as a disclaimer, you may lose the number you currently have, so beware. So once you've set up your new sub account, the build assistance one here, if you've set up the sub account, you can then switch over to Twilio. Now in Twilio, if we go to our main account and do view sub accounts, this will load up with all our sub accounts here and we can start the process for SIP trunking. So I can click on that sub account here. Now, once this loads, over to the left, all we need to do is click explore products, scroll down, and under super network, we want to click on elastic SIP trunking. Once you're in the elastic SIP trunking dashboard, just click get started. Now here, just click on create SIP trunk. And then this, just give it a friendly name, whatever you want it to be. Let's just enable some basic features here. First, we're going to do enable call recording. We're also going to enable call transfer. And then under caller ID for transfer target, just make it the transferee. From here, we can click save. And now on the left, if we click on termination, we can open this one up. Under termination, for the termination URI, we're just going to type in something random here. Completely up to you. I'm just going to type in build assistance, put in anything that's available. As long as it's available, you'll be sweet. And now under IP access and control list, we're going to add in a few things here. Click the blue tick and we're going to add in a friendly name. We're going to call this one default ACL1. And then for the address, we are going to add in 000/1. For this, we can just leave the friendly name at the bottom blank. We're going to create this one. And we're going to add another one here. So for the second one, we're going to do default ACL2. And then in here, we're going to add in a second address. I will provide the document that has all these in it. So don't worry, it walks through everything. We can create that one. We can save this one. If we go over to origination, we can now open up. In the document I give you, it's going to have this URI address. So don't worry about it. We're going to add in, add new, add in this URI. It's going to add that one in. Sweet, this is already auto saved for us as well. Now we're going to go to numbers. All right, so in the termination part, I'd recommend quickly copying this. We will need these in the build assistance platform. This is going to help us import the number. Once you get up to this stage with the numbers, it's not going to let you buy a number. If you've already set up like a bundle in the GoHighLevel side, I'd recommend doing that. If not, when you try to buy a number, it's going to ask you for a bundle and then you're going to have to create one then. You can create it there. You'll probably have to wait a day or two just for them to approve it. But once they approve it, you can then apply that to the number you want to buy and purchase the number. Once you have purchased a number and it's inside of Twilio, you need to get your termination URL that you've made and also the raw format of the number. You're going to click import number. Now in here, you're going to type in the number you've purchased without spaces, and then we're going to paste in the termination URI. And then in here, as you can see, we just need to get rid of this little space. Once we've done that, we can click import number, and that will successfully go through as long as you've got your number purchased in Twilio. And now from there, you're good to go. Now when you're building an assistant, at the top here, you can see the number. If we go here, see the number will show up. We've imported it. Up on the top right is where you can play with all the voice settings. If you want to copy these, they give really good outputs. A nice 0.92 talk speed is really good. Give a play around with it. You'll find in here we've got a gazillion different options for voices. You can also clone your own voice. So if you want to click this, you can upload files of yourself and we'll try to replicate your voice to the highest quality. We also have post-call webhook setup. So after a call, it's going to automatically populate here under notes. And as you can see, it's going to give us some information based on everything. Since we turned on call recording in Twilio, it's also going to give us a link here for the actual where you can go through and re-listen to that. I will show you a workflow you can use. We have triggers in place that are built into GoHighLevel. So from here, we can add the contact tag that's attached to the assistant that's a voice bot, and we can get it to make an outbound call straight to our contact straight away. Go for gold, see what you can build with it. If you've got any questions, make sure to reach out. I'm always happy to help.